Hello, and welcome to the September edition of Flicks, the film and event preview show brought to you by Picturehouse Cinemas. I'm Robert Beams, and here's what we've got coming up for you this month. A thrilling and tense sporting biopic from the maker of Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind. A cheeky British rom-com with a science fiction twist. A powerful American indie about love, redemption and family. A grimy and bizarre descent into a world of drugs and debauchery. And finally, Rob's Pics, my guide to special events and screenings across the Picturehouse group. If motorsport documentary Senna got your blood pumping, then its dramatic cousin Rush would seem like a pretty safe bet. It's the high-octane, based on true events tale of the legendarily bitter and dangerous rivalry that developed between two top Formula One drivers as legendary British driver James Hunt faced off against his Austrian challenger Niki Lauda for the 1976 World Championship, with tensions running high on and off the track. The film stars Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, flexing his dramatic muscles as the brash, hot-headed Hunt, whilst Lauda is played by ice-cool German star Daniel Bruhl. Made by the Academy Award-winning team behind Frost Nixon, director Ron Howard and writer Peter Morgan, this one is a probable awards contender.
It's a wonderful way to live. It's the only way to drive. The closer you are to death, the more alive you feel.
From the man behind British comedy hits Four Weddings and a Funeral and Notting Hill comes About Time, writer-director Richard Curtis's first film since 2009's The Boat That Rocked. Boasting rising star Domhnall Gleeson and the infectiously smiley Rachel McAdams, with support from the likes of Tom Hollander and Bill Nighy, this is the story of an awkward chap who discovers that time travel runs through all the men in his family, and, because this is a romantic comedy, decides to use his newfound gift to get a girlfriend, using a trial and error approach to correct mistakes and become the ultimate charming romantic. With shades of Groundhog Day and huge dollops of Curtis' internationally recognised brand of affable, bumbling humour, this is set to be a huge hit with audiences.
It's so good to see you.
We've never met before.
Oh no. Every day up till yesterday is lost.
Just like for everyone else. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You have to use it for things that you really think will make your life the way you want it to be. My son.
My dad.
I hope I see you again.
You will. My whole life depends on it.
Although it's not as dramatic as it sounds. You can't kill Hitler or shag Helen of Troy, unfortunately.
Have we had this conversation before?
Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara star in acclaimed Texas-set indie Ain't Them Bodies Saints, playing a pair of lovers who also happen to be wanted felons, Bob Muldoon and Ruth Guthrie, on the run after a crime spree. But when Ruth accidentally shoots a cop, Bob takes the fall and vows to do the time, receiving a lengthy prison sentence. However, upon hearing that Ruth was pregnant and has given birth to their daughter, Bob mounts a daring escape in the hopes of being reunited with his partner and determined to be a father to his baby girl. Also starring Keith Carradine, Ben Foster and Rami Malek, this pastoral and poetic third feature from writer-director David Lowery owes a clear debt to the work of Terrence Malick.
I traveled high and far, and now I'm close. I'm so close to you I can almost reach out and touch your cheek.
You take those girls, you got trouble.
Maybe get out of town until all this blows over.
You mean till you get caught?
Have you seen them?
Sure haven't.
We can make it if we run.
Every day I wake up thinking today's the day I'm gonna see you. And one of those days, it will be so. And then we can ride off to somewhere far away.
Adapted from the novel by Trainspotting writer Irvine Welsh, Filth stars James McAvoy as an amoral, racist, sexist and psychopathic police detective in Edinburgh whose headlong leap into shameless hedonism masks struggles with drug addiction and mental illness. John S. Baird, director of the acclaimed Cass, embraces a grimy aesthetic that fittingly owes a lot to Danny Boyle, mixed at times with something much more surreal, whilst Jamie Bell, Jim Broadbent, Eddie Marsan and Imogen Poots take a range of variously colourful supporting roles in a movie that promises to be as debauched and filthy as its title suggests.
I used to be a good person.
You're gonna hit me, Ruth!
I think there's something seriously wrong with me.
Have you been to see a doctor?
Have you been since our last consultation? No problems, I presume. No more cocaine and chip suppers for Bruce, eh?
Could go either way. I find all this just a little bit sorted.
And what made you join the force, Bruce?
Police oppression, brother.
You wanted to stamp it out from the inside?
No, I wanted to be a part of it.
Can I just have a glass of water?
Not at all. I've got something else in mind for you.
Rob's Pics, news and events from Picturehouse cinemas this month. On Thursday the 5th of September, as part of the celebrations that mark the centenary of Benjamin Britten's birth, Peter Grimes comes home to the very beach that inspired it, in a landmark open-air staging by Oldberg Music. Alan Oak plays the character of Grimes, the eccentric outsider fisherman. Is he responsible for the death of his young apprentice? Is he mad, evil, or a misunderstood visionary? Britain's viscerally beautiful masterpiece has captured audiences' imaginations worldwide ever since its premiere in 1945. Our Discover Tuesday strand gives a big screen platform to audience favourites as well as oft-overlooked gems of world cinema. On the 10th, Inside the Mind of Leonardo, a feature-length version of Sky Art's breathtaking experimental documentary, Peter Capaldi, now most famously known as the future New Doctor, takes the role of Leonardo da Vinci, performing readings from his memoirs and letters in order to build an impression of the life, art and inventions of the Renaissance master. On the 17th, Kuma, the debut feature from Austrian-Turkish filmmaker Umut Dag, which addresses the experiences of second and third generation Turkish and Kurdish people in Western Europe. A strongly acted, potent film about the clash of modernity and tradition and the dysfunction so often nurtured and hidden away within families. And finally, on the 24th, we screen The Wall, Julian Roman Posler's bewitching and critically acclaimed debut film. Part sci-fi parable, part feminist Robinson Crusoe, a woman finds herself alone, somehow out of time, learning to fend for herself in the forest. With stunning cinematography often evocative of the Dutch masters, The Wall is a paean to solitude and nature. And now a heads up for something happening on the 4th of October. Don't miss a special screening and live Q&A with Slovene philosopher Slavoj Žižek to mark the release of the new documentary project he presents, The Perverts Guide to Ideology. Žižek's superstardom within student and philosophy circles has seen him branded the Elvis of cultural theory, and his previous work with director Sophie Fiennes, The Perverts Guide to Cinema, which screened on Channel 4, brought a much wider profile for this often difficult and subversive thinker. The Perverts Guide to Ideology brings a critical eye to bear upon the hidden workings of contemporary life, and this special Q&A is not to be missed for anyone interested in the mechanisms that shape what we believe and how we behave. That's it for September. Remember to keep up to date and stay in touch on our various social media platforms. Pick up a copy of Picturehouse Recommends at your local venue, or go all modern and download the iPad app. Thanks for watching, and see you in October.